Real estate commission is a big topic in the industry and CNN right now. It's going away. Commission's completely going out the window. Do you really think that's going to happen? People are saying that the sellers aren't going to be required to pay the buyer's agents anymore. There's a lot going on. So I just wanted to kind of give a little bit of feedback on, my take on it. Of course, keep your ear out, but don't let it bother you if you're a realtor. If anything, this creates opportunities for strong-minded agents like myself and like you. If you're a consumer, it's good to know these things. It's good to be educated on what's going on. And more than ever, it's going to be important when hiring a strong listing agent or a strong buyer's agent to represent you and not just a door opener, which unfortunately there's a lot of them out there. So let's get into it. So let's go ahead and let me just fix this right here. Let's share my screen real quick. Okay, boom, let's go, baby. So we are going to share my screen and let's get into it. The 6% commission on buying or selling a home is gone after Realtors Association agrees to seismic settlement. This is clickbait, man. You know CNN. You know what they're known for: getting people's attention, ruffling feathers, and honestly, not always telling the truth. Basically, there's some people out there that sued some big brokerages out there, National Association of Realtors, because they didn't know that the commission was negotiable. You know, commission is always negotiable. If you're with the listing agent, it's always negotiable. Some agents may not tell you that, but they should definitely explain that to you. But yeah, this is just a whole lot of fear mongering what they're doing. Settlement could lead to lower home buying costs. To be honest, it's gonna be more expensive for the home buyers, unfortunately. If for some reason the the buyer's agent or the buyer ends up having to cover that closing cost and hiring a good buyer's agent. Now, what a lot of people are saying is, it's going to mess up the National Association of Realtors. But this is some things that it's going to change. How the recent realtor settlement could change the way Americans buy and sell homes. So as of right now, what's going on is, or what they're trying to do is to put it on the MLS or not advertise an actual commission on that MLS. Now, can the listing agent still offer out a commission for the buyer's agent on behalf of the seller? Yes, they're more than likely going to be able to do so. Now, let's be honest. How many buyer's agents are really going to want to show a property knowing that there's a possibility they may not get paid? Not too many. So this could affect activity on homes. Number two that you want to think about, if you're a real estate agent like myself and you're out showing homes, are you really going to want to go show homes if you don't have a contract in place with that buyer, just in case a list or a seller is not paying a commission? More than likely not. So buyers agents, more than ever, you need to get a buyer agency agreement signed with your buyers. I do this about 95% of the time. I don't do this 100% of the time. I'd be lying if I did. But 95% of the buyers that I work with, I have a buyer agency agreement in place. And it's important more than ever to have one. Now, what does this mean when a buyer puts an offer? Let's just say they don't have the money to purchase or pay for the closing costs or cover the commission, or they're barely squeezing by in order to purchase a home. Number one, they can do it on their own. Try to figure it out, try to represent themselves. Now, is that the smart way? Probably not. It's probably going to hurt them in the long run, unfortunately. Anybody that's a good realtor like myself that negotiates on behalf of buyers and sellers, you see where the skills are at when you get into the contract and what you're able to negotiate on behalf of your sellers, buyers, knowing your contracts. Saves people thousands of dollars. Now, you could hire a good buyer's agent to represent you. Now, you could pay out of pocket. Also, you could also ask for closing costs from the seller as well to help cover and offset some of those fees that you're going to end up paying at the closing table. So this is another way to go about it if you're an agent or if you're a consumer, just knowing what to expect. Now, there's some people that may not offer a commission. Now, I mean, there's pros and cons to that. Let's play devil's advocate. You end up listing your house for sale. You don't give out a buyer's agent. Are you going to get a whole tons of activity? Are people going to want to show your property? Maybe you're going to have people that are going to reach out to the listing agent. That's a high possibility. That's could be what happens. Maybe the listing agent will show the property, try to get that property sold. If they end up writing an offer, they may charge a flat fee to not represent the buyer, but they'll represent the seller. Now they have a fiduciary duty to that seller. I highly recommend. I mean, if someone's going to be writing an offer, that they have somebody represent them. Maybe they're going to end up, that seller or listing agent ends up entering a dual agency, which is possible as well, making it a win-win for all parties. But definitely that listing agent more than likely is not going to do it for free representing the buyer. Um, this is how people even get paid in the industry, giving advice, consultations, and making sure people are taken care of. But more than ever, skills are going to be needed. Skills are definitely going to be required if you're a listing agent or you're a buyer's agent. Most of the time, it doesn't really take a whole bunch of skills to represent a buyer. It definitely helps when you have an agent that is very skilled and that has negotiation skills and is going to go to bat for you. But there's a lot of buyer's agents out there, man. They're just opening doors for people and don't know how to sell, don't know how to negotiate. And man, I'm not gonna say I have fun with those buyer's agents, but I know what I can get away with when representing my seller because at the end of the day, I have a fiduciary duty to represent my seller, and vice versa. If I'm working with the buyer and I'm representing my buyer and I'm trying to get some negotiations done on behalf of my buyer, if I know that the buyer's agent or the listing agent or the buyer's agent is weak when it comes to negotiations, I'll push it to make sure my clients are taken care of. That's what we should do when we're a good agent representing our clients. That's what separates the boys between the man, the women between the girls. Now, I want to sell my home. Do I still need to pay a commission? Well, you can always go the for sale by owner route. That's always been an opportunity. You can have a listing agent represent you. You can also still, offer out a commission to the buyer's agent. But this is 100% negotiable. Just might not be advertised on the MLS. Um, how will the market change? Could this, make a change in the market? It could. Um, it makes the market a better place for the consumer. Maybe it doesn't. We don't know. All I know is I'm going to stay positive and optimistic about no matter what happens, and I'm going to make the best of what I have. And if you're a realtor, you should be doing the same damn thing. If you're a consumer, when you actually in the marketplace to buy, you should really do your homework when it comes to an agent that you want representing you. Are they able to negotiate? Are they a hard worker? Do they answer their phone when they are supposed to? Are they professional? Are they a Cowboy fan? You don't want to use a Cowboy fan, trust me. No, I'm just kidding. There's a lot of things that are going to go behind what could possibly change in the future. But more than ever, quit freaking out. A lot of people are freaking out over this. I had multiple agents call me, hey, what do you think about this? At the end of the day, the strong will survive and the weak, unfortunately, will, be hurt here tremendously. Let's go ahead and get this baby up. Where am I at? I think I might have lost you guys. Let me get this squared away. Oh. Um, Stop sharing screen. There you go. There you go. So I don't know. What's your guys' thoughts about what's going on in the real estate place with National Association of Realtors about the whole commission dispute? Just remember, if you're a consumer, commission is always 100% negotiable. It does pay to hire a strong agent that can actually negotiate. If they can't negotiate, just remember they're negotiating on behalf of your equity. No matter how strong of a person or no matter what number you want, it makes a difference from the moment they list your home to the type of marketing they have. The type of active marketing, passive marketing, digital marketing, social media marketing, um, getting it out there to the right people, knowing where to spend their dollars, making sure they have actually legitimate professional photos and actually high quality versus poor quality, because there are professional photographers out there that are horrific. Um, Also, when it comes to getting you prepared, when it comes to, getting under contract and making sure you accept the best offer that you actually had come in place, because the highest offer isn't always the best offer. They can actually explain that to you in detail, making sure you make the best decision for your family. And then they actually know how to negotiate. They actually know their contracts. Just recently, I had a agent try to have my seller cover something that wasn't required because in the contract it said that the buyer was supposed to cover an inspection, and they wanted my seller to cover it after we already entered an agreement in the contract, and they were doing their inspections. And I just let them know, I mean, respectfully, that's not my client's job to do so. So little things like that go a long way, saving your buyer or saving the client money in the end. Could be thousands, it could be hundreds, but most of the time it's thousands of dollars. And also when you get in dispute with a buyer or a seller of going to court, I mean, for sell by owners find themselves in court sometimes more than they should. I mean, me, fortunately, I've never, had to go to a court for anything because I always, covered my rear. There's always disputes that come up in the business, and I've always made sure I take care of my clients. If something didn't work out, or maybe if I dropped the ball, always make sure I made it right. And that's just what you're gonna have when you have a strong realtor like myself representing you. There's a lot of good agents out there. There's a lot of bad agents out there. So if you guys want to know more, man, go ahead and hit me up if you're a consumer. If you're a realtor, if you want to just chat it up, I'm not scared about this topic, man. Just remember, the strong will thrive. They will survive. The weak, unfortunately, you choose where you want to be at in this mix. I wish you guys the best, man, and go out there and sell some homes, baby. And if you're a consumer, educate yourself.